All right, guys, what's happening? What's happening? Happy Wednesday to you. It is Wednesday, March 23rd, 2022. This morning, we're going to talk a little bit about vision and how, your vision for your life actually does become your future. It's very similar to the topic that we talked about yesterday, but yesterday we had a top contractor school call and we were talking about this, and it spurred a lot of conversations. It spurred a lot of people reaching out to me after the call. And so I wanted to continue this conversation this morning, talking about vision and just how important it is in your life and what it does for you in the near future and in the long term is just incredible. So that's what we're going to talk about this morning. Let's get started.
It is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life, and then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up.
All right, guys, what's happening? Good morning and happy Wednesday to you. It is, it's going to be an interesting conversation here this morning because yesterday I talked about vision and just the impact that vision and relationships have on your business and have on how things work in your life to the top contractor school group. And man, did that spur a lot of conversations. And so what I want to talk to you guys about this morning is a similar topic. What is your vision? And one of the things that really stood out to me as I was talking yesterday was just the importance of, not just what your vision will do for you in the long term. Because I think that when you use the word vision, that's really what people think of. They think of the long term. They think of, what is vision going to do for my life? But let me tell you the difference between long-term vision and short-term vision. Short-term vision is, what were your goals? What did you set as your goals in January? Everybody gets super motivated and super dialed in and super excited about the opportunity to create goals and create a vision in the month of January. New year, new me. But what do those goals look like on March 23rd? Have you negotiated any of them already? What does it look like? What does your vision look like today compared to what it looked like on January 1st? And I'm going to tell you why it is so important for you to continue casting the vision into your life over and over and over and over again. I used this example yesterday to the group. I'm going to use it again here this morning. This podcast for me is an incredible way for me to cast my vision for my own life, my vision for the businesses I'm involved in. It is a great reminder to me of where I want to go. When I'm talking into this camera to you guys every single morning, and I'm talking into this microphone for those that are listening on the podcast, I'm also talking to myself. I'm also talking to the people that work on the teams that I'm a part of. I'm talking to you guys, but I'm also talking to myself. And so this podcast, all 479 and counting episodes now, has been an incredible way for me to remind myself of my own vision and also to share that vision with other people. And so you might say, well, how is this a vision? How is what we talk about on this podcast a vision? Guys, the vision for your life is much bigger than just goals. It's much bigger than just a handful of things that you want. It's an entire list of commitments that you make to yourself. It's an entire list of things that you want your life to look like. That maybe, just maybe, if you do it more often, it will actually become your future. And yesterday I was reminded of this from the trip that I took, the conversation I had with you guys in the morning, and the conversation that I had with the top contractor school group in the afternoon about vision. Vision is what got me here. And anybody that knows me well, the people who are on here who work with me every day, they'll attest to it, man. I saw all of this before it happened. I saw all of it before it happened. And I continue to see out ahead. And I hope that I inspire other people to see more for their lives, for their businesses, for their families. Vision is everything, guys. The good book says, without vision, when there is no vision, the people perish. Your vision becomes your future. And so I ask you guys to think about that. What does your vision for your life look like? Has it changed since January? And how often are you reminding yourself of that vision? What does it look like? What does the activities in your life look like related to the vision that you have for it? And I want to break this down really simply for you. If you set goals in your life, you have a vision for what your life should look like, what you want it to look like. But you don't take the time to figure out the actions in your life that support that or detract from that. You are wasting your time. You don't have a vision. You just have a dream. So create your vision and make it clear. Have clarity around it. Keep it clear and simple. When you keep it clear and simple and you remind yourself over and over and over again with frequency and consistency, those things start to become a reality. And a vision, guys, is the most important thing that you can have in your life. It's what will keep you focused forward when everything seems wrong, when everything seems sideways, everything seems so difficult. It's the vision of what could be and should be that will keep you focused in the right direction. And your commitment to that is the difference maker in your own life. How do you show up when everything's wrong? How you show up when everything's wrong, when you're facing the most significant adversity, is directly connected to how clear your vision is. Because what you're going to get at the end of that vision, whatever that is, whatever feeling that is, if you spend time connecting to that emotionally, where you could feel what it feels like to win before it ever happens, you'll never lose the commitment in one moment of something going wrong, even terribly wrong. Commitment, guys, is not a feeling, it's a standard. Remember that. What standards do you hold in your own life? Do you keep the promises to yourself? Is your vision just a dream, or is it a real vision? So I talk to a lot of people, man, that talk about what they want, but the way that they show up in life, what they're willing to do, what they're willing to sacrifice doesn't match that vision. And so is it really a vision? Your vision becomes your future, guys. Spend time on it. Revisit it. Don't just do it once a year like most of the world. Do it every day. Every day. Find a way to get more consistent and more frequent with that conversation with yourself about what do you really want, and get around people that can help you expand your vision. If you are around a bunch of people, if you are always at the top of everybody that you hang out with, you're in the wrong group. You got to diversify who it is that you spend time with. If you are always the top dog where you spend time, you have to diversify who you hang out with. Those people that you interact with, you have to have a variety. You have to reach down and you have to be pulled up. And you have to see things that you haven't seen before to be able to evolve your vision, to be able to see things through a bigger lens, a different lens. You have to get around different people. You have to get around different people from a diversity standpoint, different thoughts, different backgrounds, different experiences. It helps you have a well-rounded vision. This is one of the most important things you can have in your life. If you don't have vision, if you don't wake up today and say, in 1 year, in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, this is where I want to be, you're missing out. You're missing out. You're missing out on the motivation that you need in order to take things to the next level. I can tell you this. People that are around me a lot will tell you I don't need a whole lot of motivation. Why is that? Why is it built in? It's because I manufactured it for myself. I created the vision. I made it clear. And I remind myself of it every single day of my life. It's on the lock screen on my phone, my goals, where I'm going, what I'm trying to accomplish, what's important to me. It's on the wall in my office at home. It will be on the wall in this office here, now that we got it all put together. Surrounds me everywhere. The vision for what I want to create starts to happen and the momentum starts to build. It gets so exciting, man. It gets so easy to maintain that. So ask yourself that question. Have you put enough work in to create the vision for your life that you need? If you're in that place, man, I've been there. If you're in that place where everything just seems like, just another day. Just another week. This month, look at that. This month went past. Oh, now I'm, 48 years old instead of 47-year-old. Look at that. Another year went by. I've been there. And I've been here. And I can tell you which is better. So I encourage you, I plead with you to please spend the time to figure out what you want your life to look like. Create the vision. Your vision is your future. And it is super personal. Nobody can create it for you. Not your wife. Now, your spouse will play a role in that. They cannot tell you what you want. Hopefully that matches. Hopefully it blends together. But you have to figure out what you want. What gets you out of bed? What makes you feel accomplished? What makes you feel full? And when you figure that out, when you figure out what fills you up, the more you do it, the more fun life gets and the easier life gets. And I promise you, the more successful you will become. It's incredible, the doors that open when you are living in your gift. But you can't live in your gift until you figure out what your vision is. What do you want? It's different for every person. I talk to so many people that say to me, like, how do you do what you do, man? They think I'm crazy. And quite frankly, in a lot of cases, I think they're crazy. But that's what makes the world go round. Different people, different thoughts, different backgrounds, different wants, different needs. But what is it that you want? What is your vision? Because your vision will create your future. If you don't have a clear one, if you don't have a strong one, if you don't spend time thinking about it, then you'll get whatever comes to you. That's how most of the world functions, guys, but not you. You don't have to. You get the opportunity to choose to be different today, to spend time thinking about that. And by the way, be unapologetically you after you figure it out. Doesn't matter who's mad at you, they'll get over it. Doesn't matter who thinks what of you, they'll get over it. As long as you are doing the right things for the right reasons and you're doing them with respect and grace and kindness and love, man, you don't have to apologize for being yourself. Create your vision. Keep it simple. Make it clear. And start taking the actions necessary to get where it is that you want to go. And don't look back. Don't compare yourself to other people. And don't overthink what it is that you actually want. Spend time thinking about it, but don't overthink it. People lose a lot in life because of comparison or greed. They don't actually get what they truly want because the comparison game makes them want more, when what they have right in front of them is enough. It's enough. Maybe it's enough for that one step. Maybe it's enough for the next 3 steps. But think about that. What do you want? Spend some quiet time, guys. Pray to God. Ask God for guidance. Ask God for the wisdom to figure this out. Because it is the greatest gift you will ever get, man, when you figure out where it is that you actually want to go. That's it for this morning, guys. I appreciate you guys being here. If you found value in this, I feel like, man, there is so many people out there that need to hear this message. They don't have a vision. And when there is no vision, the people perish, guys. The people around you, they might be perishing inside. Or worse than that, they might perish with no vision ever in their life. It's an emergency, man. This is why people are lost in life. It's why people don't feel alive like they should. It's why people experience depression in some cases. It's why people experience anxiety. They don't know where they're going. When we give this gift to people, when we help people create a vision for their life, they see down the road, the problems right in front of their face become so much smaller. So I ask you today, please share this out for me. Please let this message reach as many people as possible. Share this to your pages. Send it to people that might need to hear it. It's important. In this world today, it's crazy, man. And people need to hear what it takes to get it all straight, man, to feel completely in rhythm. And it starts with this. It starts with creating a vision and allowing that vision to create your future. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. I will see you again tomorrow morning, same place, same time, right here on Morning Perspective.
It is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life, and then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up.